Hello, my name is Julia Mieder from Dreamfinder Coaching, and today I will teach you how you can create your own emotional first aid kit and why you need one. Yeah, so maybe you have one in the car or maybe at home as well, and this is a normal first aid kit. So it might look something like this. This is ours from at home, and you have things in here like band-aids and stuff like this. And whenever somebody gets hurt, you will go for this kit and take it out and tend to the wound. And so why don't we have something like this for our soul as well? Because we will always, at some point in our life, get into emotional emergencies as well. And when we then have an emotional first aid kit at hand, it always helps to make this peaks go away of these feelings. Yeah, what kind of feelings could this be? Of course, there is sadness and fear, envy, jealousy, homesickness, loneliness. All of those things can happen to you, and these negative feelings can send you in a spiral downward that you have problems getting out on your own. And normally we tend to then go to bed and sleep or eat lots of chocolate or binge watch TV shows for a few days. And this might be helpful, but in the long run it will cause other problems. And it might not really get you back on your feet, but it will more numb out the pain and the negative feelings that you're feeling. And as a normal first aid kit, just tends to the wounds. It's not healing. It's really just to take care of the wounds in that moment. The same goes for an emotional first aid kit. You will just put kind of an emotional band-aid on, but you can't heal those negative feelings. You have to work through them, but you can do this at a later point. And when you work through them, there are lots of other exercises you can do, but I will not talk about them here. They are not part of your emotional first aid kit. But if you work through them, you can also maybe do this with a professional coach or a therapist, especially when it comes to, for example, depression or so. Then please get the help of a professional therapist, because this is really needed at that point. But your emotional first aid kit is really just for the moment to get you out of this negativity spiral and get you a little bit back on your feet. Yeah, what goes into your emotional first aid kit and what do you need from it? I developed my emotional first aid kit because this is mine here, and you will learn about it later and what's in there. I developed it when I was in the US as an expat partner, and I really had a hard time when we just arrived there and also when we came back to Germany. And it was really tough for me at that point. I had lots of negative feelings, and so I developed this first aid kit for myself. And when I became a coach, I also added a few exercises that I can do in that moment and that I always have in my box with me. And I created those exercises for you as well. I put them together in a list and in a blog post, and you will find the link under this video so you can download this PDF for free for yourself and put it in your box as well. And what I also have in that PDF is that I put together the exercises on very small pieces of paper, and you can print it out, cut it out, and then fold it and put it somewhere in a little bag or a little jar like this, and then you can draw one in case you can decide which exercise to do, and then you can just do the one that is on the little piece of paper here. So this is also very helpful. Creating your emotional first aid kit. What goes in there? Everything that you love and that makes you happy and feel better. And this might be very, very different from what is in my box, and this is also maybe different from what's in your friend's box. And speaking of friends, I have another tip for you. When you create your box, you can also do it together with a friend. This is really helpful because it will give you the connection to another person on a very deep level. Because when you prepare this box together, you will also talk about it. You will talk about negative feelings. You will confide in each other. You will tell each other what makes you feel good. You will be surprised what the other person makes feel good. Maybe those are the same things. And you can do it either by going shopping together and then preparing the boxes together, or you can, if your friend is far away, you can also do it via Zoom or Skype or another video conferencing system, and just do it together. Because like this, you will, when you create something as emotional as this together, you will create a long-lasting connection to another person, and this is very helpful when it comes to the emotional emergency. And it also may already prevent you from having negative feelings, which is also good. And another tip, if you have kids, you can also prepare a box together with them, and they can prepare a box for themselves, because they also have negative feelings from time to time. And while doing this, you will learn a lot about your kids. Be sure about that. And you can also talk about negative feelings and what it means that every person has it, and it's okay to have them, and how you can deal with them. And this is also very helpful when you have kids. But just as an aside, but it's very helpful. So your box, what goes in there? As I said, you can download the exercises for free and put them in your box, because they will help you in that moment when those negative feelings arrive. Because it's always good to be prepared. Like with a normal first aid kit, the moment you are hurt and bleeding, you are not going to the pharmacy and get stuff, but you have it at home and you are prepared. And you prepare your box and your emotional first aid kit also in advance, and especially at a time when you feel good. This is very important, because other things will go into the box when you feel good, as if you prepared when you are sad. If you don't have the time to wait until you feel happy to prepare the box, you can do it now anyway. At least you have something that already helps in case you those negative emotion hits, because sometimes they hit really fast, like a big thunderstorm. So you put all the things that make you happy, that feel good, that you just enjoy and like, you put those in the box. And it's always good to have something physical to hold on to. So buy a real box, buy a beautiful one. Just choose one that makes you really feel good and happy and that you like and touch. And there are so many different boxes out there. You can create one on your own, or you can use something that has an emotional meaning for you. Whatever it is, use something that you like to have around. So then you could prepare your box and you put everything in. And now I will show you what is in my box. As I said, first of all, I printed out those exercises. They are some are for the body, some are for the mind, and some are for the heart. So they are in here, and I have my little jar with all the notes that I've cut out. So you can put this in first. So, and now, so in my box, there's always some tea. And I have a favorite tea shop in Linz in Austria. And this one is called Mango number 5. And I just love this tea. It's a lot of fun as well, and really tastes like mango. So I enjoy mango a lot. I have a bookmark in here. It's from my sister, created it once for me, and has a little story on the back. So it reminds me that I should read, because reading always relaxes me and I enjoy it. I also have a journal in here. This is also something another friend created for me, and I can write into it when I need it and feel like it. Then I have a candle. I love candles. I love the smell of candles. I especially like striking a match and then lighting it with this match. I like the sound, I like the smell, I like just the experience of lighting a match. So I have matches in here too. And this is a candle a friend from the US gave me, and I always have to think of her. So I already, you can see, I burned it already, and it smells very good. So I love it. Then I have some seashell from a vacation on the Outer Banks in North Carolina. That was just very beautiful. I have an oil. It's orange, and it just, yeah, I enjoy the smell of oranges. It just makes me very alert and awake and happy. And as I not always have oranges in the house, I bought an oil that I can smell in case of an emotional emergency. I also do have a skipping rope in here because it reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me to play and have fun. And movement is also very good when you're sad because it keeps you going and gets you into action and not just sitting or sleeping. So a skipping rope is so much fun, and I always have to laugh when I do this. This also helps. I have my favorite books of a German author. His name is Hermann Hesse. You can see it's really well worn, well read, and there are poems in there that just make me feel very, very good. Then I have other stuff like for example, I have a hand cream, lotion. I have a lipstick in here to remind me that I, just take care of myself. Everything it is beautiful can go in here. I have a gratitude journal in here as well. And I have, this is, for example, Kinetic Sand. So I just love touching it. I stole it from my daughter, actually. She doesn't know about it, that I have it in my box. And I just like to touch it and to this feeling of it. It's very meditative to let it slide through my hand, and it just falls down. I just love it. And I like the color as well. So it's so much fun to have this in my box. Yeah, and I have nice pictures that remind me of people and places that I've visited, and I have feathers in there. I just love birds. So every time I go out into the forest, I find a beautiful feather. It goes in here, and I just look at them, and they're so beautiful. Yeah, so that's in my box. And I'm sure there will be other things in your box. So just prepare your box, think about it, celebrate creating this box. Do it together with somebody you love, and just be prepared. And if you want, you can download the exercises and put them in there. If not, it's fine as well, as long as you have something for your emotional emergency, because it might come at one day, and if it never comes, at least you were prepared. And you can also look at this box when there's no emotional emergency, because it's just so much feel-good stuff in here. So I would love to know if you already have your emotional emergency kit or a similar box like this, something that makes you happy, with all your little treasures in there. And if you have a box, what is in there? And maybe you have some ideas for some more exercises for me that I don't know of yet. And please let me know in the comments. Just post if you have a box, if you don't have a box, if you love your box, what's in there. I would just love to hear from you and talk about it. So I'm always very curious and very excited about other people's approaches to emotional self-care. Yeah, so enjoy creating your box, have fun with it, download the exercises if you want to, and just all the best from me.